miss, strike one. Jeff LeBlanc looking to help his own cause here. Riverview need a run to tie it up. The 0-1, that's well outside, 1-1. And again, Moncton playing a tight defense. Third baseman, Michelle Lecoin, must be about 15 feet inside the bag at third base, really trying to prevent any type of bunt from Jeff LeBlanc. That pitch is high, it's 2-1. Just looking at the ball players out there, that Jeff Robichaud in right field has got to be 20 pounds heavier and 3 inches bigger than any other player on the field. There's the pitch. Oh, swing and a miss, strike two. That one was a little low. A little too aggressive on that one. It's 2-2 count.
Why do I see a curveball coming here, Mike?
Yeah. Well, it's been his out pitch all afternoon since he's come into the game. Oh, that's inside. That almost hit him. That went right over his head.
That was obviously not intentional. The ball just seemed to get away from him there.
Yeah. That's a 3-2 count to Jeff LeBlanc. Here's the pitch from Melanson. That's low, and Riverview has the leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the fifth. Base on balls, and Jeff LeBlanc's been on base all three at-bats today. And Kenneth Colpitz comes to the plate. Base hit his first time up. Also on base the second time up. Here's the pitch. That's a bit outside, 1-0. Now we're getting down to an important time of the ball game here, bottom of the fifth. It's a one-run game. Moncton leading Riverview 8-7, but the A's do have their leadoff man on. That pitch a little bit high and outside, 2-0.
Looks like Colpitz is planning on swinging away. Coach Chris Smith doesn't want him to lay down a bunt here to move that man to second base.
Well, you have to make the pitcher throw a strike. He walked the first fella. Now he's 2-0 on Colpitz. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. And I don't really want to say it, but another weak swing, I think, there by Colpitz. He has had a base hit in the game, but earlier in the game as well, a couple of weak swings, then he got his hit. There's a solid shot up the middle. It's in there for a base hit off the glove, and it gets by the center fielder. That's big trouble. That's all the way to the fence. Jeff LeBlanc is going to score on the play. The game is tied. And moving to third, Colpitz, he's in there standing up. A turning point in the ball game. That ball went off the shortstop's glove, changed direction, took a bad hop, got by the center fielder, rolled all the way to the fence, and we're all tied up at 8 runs apiece.
What a dandy ball game.
That's a tough one to score. How do you score that? That's certainly a clean base hit. Then after that, I think the center fielder may have had a shot at making that play. It got by him, and rolled all the way to the fence. So you might want to give him a single and a two-base error on that one. But that's the scorer's call. But tough break there for Moncton.
They appeal on that play. Apparently, he must have thought he missed a base or something.
There's no time called there. What? Oh my! No, he's going to call him back to third base. I thought time had been called.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it had been.
Yeah, and the umpires are going to bring back Colpitz to third base, which I think is right.
Yeah, time was definitely called there. They were appealing
the play at third. Yeah, you hate to see a run given up on a play like that.
Definitely.
Colpitz heads back to third.
Chris Smith is coming in to get an explanation from the umpire.
Okay, there it is. Catcher called time earlier. Bill Armstrong, the third base umpire, explaining that to Coach Chris Smith. But the Riverview A's have tied the ball game up. We are 8-8 in the bottom of the fifth. Runner on third, nobody out. Back to the top of the order. This is David Gushu. That's in there for strike one. David is 2 for 3 on the day, a couple of singles. He struck out his first time up.
417 hitters. David, the hit he got, very good solid hit. Very, very good solid hit.
And the pitch, that's in there. And it's 0-2 to David Gushu. And Daniel Melanson has to bear down here now with a tie ball game. Runner on third, nobody out. There's a shot of Kenneth Colpitz. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Throws a curveball. Gets a piece of it. Third baseman a coin. Throws him out. Oh, nice play.
Good strong throw. Good strong throw. Check the runner back to third base. Threw him out at first.
Again, a great defensive play here in this ball game. Michelle Lecoin checked the runner at third. Strong throw to first base. Just gets Dave Magushu and there's one out. Very nicely done.
Greg Inman, the batter now. Greg was pinch hitter a couple innings ago. 391 hitters, Greg.
The Bull comes to the plate.
The Bull.
Here's the pitch. A little bit high. 1-0. Again, Greg is also a pitcher. He plays catcher as well. He's playing left field this afternoon. And he pitched a no-hitter against Newcastle earlier this season. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Didn't take his head off that ball, Mike, as it was coming in. He swung and his head kind of tailed off there.
Yeah, that's one thing you have to remember. No matter what caliber ball you're playing, your head's got to stay down on that ball. As soon as you start, moving your head off the ball, you're not going to make contact with it. Big moment of this game. Moncton trying to keep this ball game tied here. 8-8 tie in the bottom of the fifth. One out, runner on third. The go-ahead run at third base. Here's the 1-1, just outside. It's 2-1 to Greg Inman. Inman pitch hitted for Chris Polk earlier in the ball game, and he struck out. So trying to atone for that earlier at bat. 2-1 to Inman. Here's the pitch from Melanson. That's in there. Strike two call. Great at the knees. Nice pitch there.
I don't think Inman liked that call too much.
The old borderline strike.
Borderline strike.
May have been a ball, may have been a strike. Strike two calls, 2-2 on Inman. Watson checks Colpitz at third. And here it's the pitch. It's in the dirt. And Colpitz decides to hold up.
That may be a smart move.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room behind home plate here. Maybe 10 to 15 feet in that range. And I think he would have been out, would have tried to score on that play.
And with 60 feet to cover and 10 feet for the catcher, chances are he's probably going to be out for the second out of the inning. However, good smart play, good coaching there by Chris Smith, keeping him at third base.
Here's the full count pitch. He swings and misses. Struck him out. And Inman, 2 strikeouts on the day. And a couple of big outs here for Moncton. They keep Colpitz at third base. This game's still tied, 8-8 in the bottom of the fifth.
Daniel Melanson coming up with the big pitch when he needed it right there.
Ryan McAllister comes to the plate. Two out, runner on third. Here's the pitch. In there, strike one called on the inside corner. A nice pitch there from Daniel Melanson.
Ryan, a 349 hitter at the beginning of the day, on base 462. Leading his team in triples this year with 2 triples so far.
Yeah, Ryan is 0 for 3 in the ball game, so he's due. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And the Pirates are 1 out, or 1 strike away from getting out of this inning, keeping the ball game tied, which would be an outstanding performance considering Colpitz was at third with nobody out. It's 0-2 to Ryan McAllister. The pitch, curveball, get away from him a little bit. High and inside, ball 1. One and 2 to Ryan McAllister here in the bottom of the fifth.
Melanson will probably attempt to go away here on him to set him up for an inside pitch, I'm assuming.
Here's the pitch. It's right down the middle. That's up the middle for a base hit, and the Riverview A's have taken the lead. Big clutch 2 out, 2 strike hit from Ryan McAllister, and the Riverview A's have taken a 9-8 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Was it you or me, or do you think that Melanson could have had that ball? Didn't look too fast up the middle, but just placed nicely, I guess.
Just placed nicely.
Yeah.
One of those seeing eyeballs, I think.
Yeah. Big RBI for Ryan McAllister, and his brother Derek comes to the plate, and Derek is 2 for 2 on the day with the base on balls as well, so he's had a perfect afternoon. Here's the pitch. Fouled away, strike one. 9-8, Riverview has battled back from a 6-0 deficit on the top of the first. Take a 9-8 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. That's outside. 1-1. Catcher Greg Close running McAllister back to first base.
Jeffrey Robichaud seeing a couple of balls be thrown away down the first base line, backing up on that play. Good play by him.
Pitch is outside, and it looks like he's going to try and steal. Now he's in trouble.
Uh-oh.
He's in trouble. He's out. Oh, not a good play there.
Bad decision there. Bad decision.
Yeah. Ryan McAllister thrown out of first base. He did come through with a big base hit, though, to give Riverview a 9-8 lead. As we head to the top of the 6th inning, the 6th and final inning, unless, of course, Moncton can put this game into extra innings. But that's a couple of bad base running errors by Riverview today. And if they do lose this ball game, they can look back on a couple of those plays. So the A's do score 2 runs in that bottom of the 5th inning. Jeff LeBlanc, Kenneth Colpitz to take a 1-run lead.
My apologies. If the A's hang on, I'm correct in assuming this is their first win over Moncton this year?
That's according to the statistics I have from Coach Chris Smith of Riverview. The A's have lost 5 games to the Moncton Pirates this year and have tied 1. So it will be their first win of the year. And of course, this could be a prelude to tomorrow's final, Sunday afternoon's final.
Definitely. Looks like Jeff LeBlanc is going to stay in the game for the Riverview A's.
Yeah, he's pitched well since that terrible first inning, giving up 6 runs. But all the credit to Riverview. They have battled back. They stayed in this game. They did not get down on themselves. And in fact, they were 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the first, being down 6-0. Then the comeback started in the bottom of the second. They scored 4. Bottom of the third, they scored 3 runs to take a 7-6 lead. The Pirates did battle back in the top of the fourth to score 2. They regained the lead 8-7. And now in that previous bottom of the 5th, the A's scoring 2 to take a 9-8 lead. And the A's are 3 outs away from their first win over Moncton of the season and a perfect 4-0 record in the round-robin portion of this New Brunswick Mosquito Way Provincial Championship Tournament. And just a reminder, fans, September 11, 12, and 13, the Mosquito Atlantic Championships will be held in Riverview this year. As we go to the top of the 6th inning, leading off will be pitcher Daniel Melanson. Number 3 hitter Colin Hordeski will hit second, and Jeff Robichaud, the big guy with the grand slam earlier in the game, will hit third in this inning, so no easy task here. First pitch is a ground ball to short, and out by quite a bit. Nice play, Derek McAllister, as he throws out Daniel Melanson.
He's been making that play all day long.
Yes, sir.
Making it look easy.
He's been my outstanding player for Riverview today. He's done everything.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And that's 6-3, 1 out here in the top of the 6th, and the A's are 2 outs away. Colin Hordeski steps into the box. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Colin on the day has a double. He scored a couple of runs for the Pirates. Here's the pitch. Just missed. It's 1-1. Hordeski trying to get on the bag, give Jeff Robichaud a chance here to give his club the lead once again. Robichaud with the grand slam earlier in the ball game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's a line drive up the middle for a base hit. And a good job there by Hordeski. Have to question the center fielder trying to throw him out of first base there, throwing that ball away.
Well, he was going slowly down the line. He thought maybe he had a shot at him, but as it turned out, he didn't. Again, the safest play there would have been to second base, but take a shot.
And here comes Jeff Robichaud on another meeting on the mound.
Now, the last time they pitched around him, and it wound up costing the Riverview A's.
Yes,
what do you think Coach Chris Smith is going to do now? He's out talking to his troops right now.
Good question. I really think they're going to try and pitch around him again. They really feel that this is the guy who can beat them. And if you don't want him to beat him, oh, they're going to change pitchers here.
Ryan Smith coming into pitch, looks like.
Double check on that. Number 28, Ryan Smith is right, 11 years old. Plays some first base. This is his first appearance in the ball game.
This could be interesting because he's a left-hander, and the Moncton Pirates have been looking at right-handers all day long.
That's right. That's a good point. We're looking at Jeff LeBlanc all day. Jeff LeBlanc, pretty good pitching performance, though, after that first inning. He goes 5 1/3 innings, gives up 8 runs. Not sure on the hits, around 10 hits in that area. And certainly kept his team in the game after that first inning.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt.
I don't want to compare him with Jack Morris, but it seems like Morris gives up 4 or 5 runs, but then the team battles back and he keeps him in the game after that. And that's pretty well what Jeff LeBlanc did today. With this pitching change, though, it certainly makes it look like they are going to pitch to Robichaud here. And Jeff, as we mentioned earlier, grand slam on the day in the first inning, and a couple of bases on balls as well today. Officially 1 for 1. He scored 2 runs.
Good smart play when he was on third base, stealing home there on that walk in the last inning.
That's exactly right. Good point.
He's taking a good long look at Ryan Smith here.
Left-hander coming in here in the top of the 6th inning. The A's are 2 outs away from winning this ball game and guaranteeing themselves a spot in tomorrow's final, Sunday afternoon. And Coach Chris Smith calls Ryan Smith one of the most improved players on the team this year. So he's obviously got confidence in him, bringing him in here in this important situation, facing the Pirates' #1 hitter in the top of the 6th. And we're just about ready to go here. Again, Colin Hordesky's at first base. Solid base hit up the middle. And stepping in, Jeff Robichaud. 1 out, 1 on, top of the 6th. There's the pitch. That's low and in the dirt. That was an outstanding play by the catcher there, Kevin Shannon, preventing Hordesky from moving on down to second base. 1-0 pitch. And that's fouled away. And the A's are going right after Jeff Robichaud. The on-deck circle is Craig Betts. And Craig's been on base all 3 times today. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Robichaud. He lines that ball into right center. It drops for a base hit. And moving on to third base is Hordesky. He'll be there standing up. Clutch single to right center for Jeff Robichaud. And the Pirates are in business. Runners at first and third with 1 out. Well, there you go. Do you or don't you? Pitch around him.
Good play by the second baseman, though. He ran the ball in as opposed to throwing it to third to keep the runner at first base.
Yeah.
Very good play.
And again, a meeting on the mound, and Coach Chris Smith decides to, I think, take Ryan Smith out of the game here. See what they decide to do. Defense, all important. What do you do if he lays down a bunt? You know, there's only 1 out here. And the Pirates need 1 run to tie the ball game up. And they are going to change pitchers. And it looks like Kenneth Colpitz is coming. I'll have to double check here. Wait a minute.
Okay.
It is indeed Kenneth Colpitz. Been playing third base all afternoon. He is going to come in and pitch here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. Colpitz, 11 years old. And he's played third base today. He's played well at the plate, too. A couple of hits. Scored a run today. Had that big hit in the bottom of the 5th, which tied the ball game up at the time. He scored the go-ahead run at the time. And it's holding up at the moment, but the Pirates are threatening here.
Okay, if you're a coach, head coach Raymond Melanson, the Moncton Pirates, what do you do here? Do you lay down a bunt? Do you try for the sacrifice fly? What do you do?
We have to look at the hitter, Craig Betts. He's had a pretty good day. Had a single. Had a couple of hits, actually. And he's been on base all 3 times. It comes down to what the coach has confidence in this particular hitter. If he thinks he can lay it down, anything's possible. Riverview certainly has to be on their toes here. Big moment of the ball game. I'm going to have to double check now. How will the batting lineup look there? Jeff LeBlanc was taken out. In came Ryan Smith. Okay, so Smith would hit there, but Colpitts was already in the game. There must have been another switch here. We'll have to... Okay. Ryan Smith goes over to play first base. And Kenneth Colpitts comes in to pitch. Okay, as Kenneth was playing first all day, my apologies there. David Gooch has been the third baseman. Kenneth has played first all afternoon. So just a switch there between the first baseman and the pitcher. Here we go. Craig Betts at the plate, runners at first and third. He looked like he was going to lay down the bunt, and Robichaud is off to second, and there's no play. Robichaud takes the bag on the very first pitch, so there's runners at second and third now with 1 out. Good play by Moncton, sending the runner, I think.
Very good, very good.
Try for the double steal if you're not sure. Now Craig wants to talk to the coach. Make sure he has the signal straight, which, when in doubt, you go talk to the coach.
Well,
no doubt about it.
Yes.
I mean, don't be up at the plate not sure what you're supposed to do.
Okay, it looks like Riverview's infield will be drawn in here quite tight to save that run from coming in if a ball was hit into the infield. Third baseman is creeping in.
He's well in on the play and tried to lay down the bunt, but it goes foul.
That was an interesting call. Very interesting call to lay down the bunt there.
I don't know. My only question is that both the first and third baseman, they're playing only about 20 feet from home plate here. And even if you do get the bunt down, the man's going to get the ball in his glove before the runner reaches him, type of thing, if it's down the third base line. Here's the pitch. That's up high.
Responsibility of the player on third base as soon as he squares to get ready to go.
It was 2-1 on Craig Betts. Here's the pitch. He lines it to left field, and he's in there for a base hit all the way to the fence. The Pirates will take the lead. Oh, a clutch, big double to left center, and the Pirates have taken a 10-9 lead here in the top of the sixth. And left fielder just missed making that catch.
By inches. He made a good run. He shouldn't feel bad about that. He made a heck of an effort on it, just past his outstretched glove.
Yeah. Jason Montefrisco now playing left field. He just missed making that grab, and Craig Betts has come through with another big base hit for Moncton. The Pirates are back in the lead.
Pinch hitter coming in here for the Moncton Pirates, Marc-Andre Cormier, number 1. Moncton fans seem to be getting back into the game now once they're up 10-9.
There's a line drive base hit up the middle. And the ball is thrown in Derek McAllister. Nice play. Oh, he's just safe at third base.
However,
moving up to second on the play was Cormier. And there's runners at second and third with 1 out. And the Pirates have rallied here in the top of the 6th inning. That's a solid base hit. First pitch, right up the middle.
And there's still only 1 out.
That's right, 1 out here in the top of the 6th.
Pitcher Greg Close talking with his coach there again. Like you mentioned, if you're not sure, check with the coach. See exactly what he wants you to do.
Yeah. Raymond Melanson. Craig Betts still tying his shoelace at third base. So runners at second and third for Moncton. They have rallied for 2 runs here in the top of the 6th inning to take a 10-9 lead. And the pitching changes by Riverview have not worked out here in the top of the 6th. Jeff LeBlanc goes 5 1/3, and they have not got it out since. Here's the pitch. That's a shot up the middle. That gets through. Base hit. That's going to score 2. And that's all the way to center field fence. And holding at second base with a big hit there is Greg Close, the catcher. And the Moncton fans are cheering now.
Gotta like those catchers that come through in the clutch, don't you?
Yes, sir. And now it's a 12-9 ball game for Moncton. And there's still just 1 out. Greg Close at second. There's the pitch. Strike 1 called. That's Daniel Patterson now in playing second base. The Pirates get hot just at the right time. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Lays down a bunt. Nice one. That's a beauty. He is safe at first base. Some great speed there. Throw to third, safe at third. Some outstanding speed there by Daniel Patterson. A beautiful bunt. And there's now runners at first and third with 1 out.
Pretty gutsy call there, I think. Pretty gutsy call with laying down the bunt.
I was saying, you had some speed there at the plate, and with just 1 out in the inning. And I'm impressed with the bunting today from both teams. They're laying down beautiful bunts all day. You haven't seen one fella pop out, to one of the infielders. And again, Chris Smith talking with his players. And the struggle against the Moncton Pirates continues for Riverview. 5 losses and a tie against the Pirates this season. And they're trailing by 3 here in the top of the 6th. Still just 1 out in the inning.
Definitely sending up a dandy bottom of the 6th.
Riverview needs some outs now. Can't get too far behind. They're down 3.
I suspect that they will send the runner from first base on this first pitch here.
Oh, more than likely, I would think. They did it earlier with Jeff Robichaud. Michelle LeCoyne steps in, the third baseman. He came into the ball game when pitcher Andrew Burgess came out, and the third baseman at the time, Daniel Malance, moved in to pitch. And he's going to go. He throws it through. He is out at second base. That was very well done. The pitcher made a nice fake on the play. Kept the runner at third base. The ball went through to second. Derek McAllister again right there. Puts the tag on the runner. And there's now 2 out here in the top of the 6th. It certainly looked like he's throwing the ball back to the pitcher there.
It did look like that. And I think that's what made the runner at third base just stay where he is there.
Yeah.
Don't think he knew. Couldn't pick up the ball, I would say, was the problem there. Didn't know if it was going to the pitcher or straight to second base.
It's 2-0 on the batter. There's the pitch. It's in there for strike 1. 2-1 to Michelle LeCoyne here in the top of the 6th inning. The Moncton Pirates rallied for 4 runs. They were down 9-8 entering this final inning. They have scored 4 to take a 12-9 lead. Here's the pitch. There's a drive. Well back and left. It's over his head. And over the fence for a ground rule double. A clutch RBI ground rule double for Michelle LeCoyne, and the Pirates have a 4-run lead. Hit that ball a long way.
He sure did. Again, the dimensions here are 190 down both lines, 205 straightaway center field.
And we're back to the top of the order for Moncton. Matthew Hebert comes to the plate. He is 1 for 4 in the afternoon. Now a discussion here between pitcher and catcher. Catcher now for Riverview is Greg Inman. Was playing left earlier in the ball game. He's now catching. And Kevin Shannon out of the ball game. Here's the pitch. That's fouled away. Strike 1. Got to be impressed with the Pirates' comeback.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Well, we started off with Moncton up 6-0. Riverview comes back. They're down 9-8 going into this inning, and they've come back and scored.
And the ball gets by the catcher. Moving up to third base is Michelle LeCoyne. He's in there. Not the prettiest slide I've ever seen. Knees first, but it was effective. And Michelle with a big hit in this inning. Big double, scoring very close on the plate. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to third. Gushu throws him out. But the Pirates with a big 5-run rally in the top of the 6th inning. They had 5 base hits, or excuse me, 6 base hits on the play, or in that inning. And scoring 5 runs to rally from a 1-run deficit to a 4-run lead. It's now 13-9.
One thing Riverview can think about here, they have come back a couple of times in this game. And it's just a matter of getting the hits and getting some runners on base and taking it from there. Coach Chris Smith is talking to the guys as they're going into the bench, as is Raymond Melanson as his team hits the field.
Daniel Melanson.
He'll be able to pitch the bottom of the 6th here.
Stays in the ball game. Well, it's not impossible, that's for sure. Riverview have proven they can score some runs. And they've got the heart of the order coming up. Derek McAllister, 2 for 2 on the day with a walk. Also, Now there has been a change there in the batting order. We'll have to get that from the official score. Kevin Shannon is out of the ball game in that number 5 position. Maybe we can check and see who's coming up second. And Garrett Ketty is scheduled to hit third in this inning. But Chris Smith has had a tough time there on the top of the 6th. Changed pitchers a couple times, did not prove very effective as the Pirates scoring 5 runs. Okay, there's the change. I'm sorry. Okay, Kevin Shannon will hit second in this inning?
Yes, sir. Kevin Shannon.
And Ryan Smith will hit third. So Garrett Ketty is out of the ball game. And Shannon is no longer catching. He's playing another position in the field. All right, here we go into the bottom of the 6th. There's a shot to the shortstop. He can't handle it. And McAllister is on for the 4th time today.
Hard hit ball to pick up on that one. He hit it right on the button.
That's an error, though, to the shortstop. Colin Hordeski couldn't make the glove play on that one. And the A's have the leadoff man on. Kevin Shannon steps up to the plate. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike 1. And Derek McAllister playing games down there at first. Draws a throw. He's back safely. Kevin Shannon on the day has a double, a single, and on a fielder's choice, so he's had a pretty good afternoon. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. High and tight, couldn't lay off of that. And it's 0-2.
Kevin coming into this game, a 362 hitter. One thing I noticed, Mike, Moncton's infield, again, he's drawn in. Outfield playing a couple of steps off the ground.
Strike 3 call. And there is a change of pitcher. I'm sorry, I didn't notice that. That is Colin Hordeski, number 13, now pitching for Moncton.
It's local, it's yours. Bringing the communities of Moncton and surrounding areas closer to you. Cable 5, Community Access Television.
Gino, I think that you see Deschamps really giving last-minute instructions, and he's going to let the players do the work now for the last 3 outs. But I think someday we're going to have a graphic up on this screen with major league players that played in this tournament now. I see the improvement in baseball in Canada. You've seen some of the abilities of kids today. Win or lose, both teams got to walk off the field with their heads high today. There's been some outstanding plays. Kids are showing they can hit the ball. Kids are showing they can certainly catch and throw. And if these kids progress from this point on the way they should be, we're going to see graphics someday of major league players who played in this tournament.
3 outs to work with. They need 5 runs to force extra innings, 6 to win it. Anything less than that, and Valleyfield will go on to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. They'll take the 1992 Canadian Little League Championship and go on to represent Canada at the Little League World Series. The man who's going to start things off is Charlie Nash. Back catcher, Nash is 0 for 1 so far. A base on balls in the first, a strikeout in the third. Nash steps in. Glace Bay with just 3 outs to work with. Lefebvre, 3 outs from a complete game shutout. Lefebvre delivers, and that is well outside.
Well, if Glace Bay has a Mr. Clutch, it's this guy right here. You know, to get to this final, they had to beat Ontario in a tiebreaker. That game went extra innings, and in the 10th inning, it was the game-winning RBI from Charlie Nash that sent Glace Bay to the final. And then when they were playing to win the Atlantic Championship, just to get here to play in this tournament, they were playing New Brunswick. That game went extra innings, and it was Charles Nash in the 9th inning. He hit a 2-run home run. So if you want somebody at the plate at the clutch time, I guess you couldn't ask anybody.
Charlie Nash at the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Well, I can tell you about one Canadian that played in this tournament who was an Expo. Dennis McSween played in 69 for the, it was 64 in this championship, and he was the first French Canadian signed by the Montreal Expos.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. That'll even the count at 2-2.
Coached by Roger Boulette as he taps me on the shoulder and reminds me that he did so.
Of course, Roger is here today providing the play-by-play and color commentary for RDS. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Lefebvre, well, you got to think he hasn't lost anything. That is strikeout number 10. Strikeout number 10 for Jeremy Lefebvre. This a very, very proud moment for Céline Lefebvre. She is wearing the sunglasses there, the striped shirt, the lighter colored striped shirt. Céline right now checking her scorecard, realizing, yes, that is strikeout number 10 for Jeremy right now. A very proud mom, and a mom that will likely accompany this young man to Williamsport, Pennsylvania for the Little League World Series. 10 strikeouts on the day. He's given up just 3 hits. And that is high and inside.
Well, he's in a groove, Lefebvre. He's got solid mechanics, and that's what makes you a good baseball pitcher. You know, you can only get by in tricks and smoke and mirrors and things so long, but this kid is solid. Look at his delivery. That's the way you should throw a baseball. He rushes home a little bit. He doesn't save his explosion home too much. Basically, when the knee raises, whether it's up to his waist high or whatever's comfortable for the pitcher, you shouldn't really begin your explosion from the mound to the plate until that knee reaches its highest point. But otherwise, this kid is flaw-free.
Strike 2, 1-2 the count. And the momentum definitely on Valleyfield's side right now. Jeremy Lefebvre on the mound feeling like he can do no wrong. He certainly hasn't done any wrong so far in the game. Lefebvre delivers strike 3. 2 down.
You know, you don't really have to be a biomechanics expert to see a pitcher that pitches any baseball skill for that matter. You just watch kids as a baseball scout. You watch kids who do things easily. Now watch this delivery. We didn't see the whole thing, but he just does it easy. He's got confidence, and he's just throwing strikes, and he knows that it's almost here. It's a taste away.
Jeremy Lefebvre, his 11th strikeout of the ball game. Aaron Melnick at the plate. Glace Bay down to their final out. Melnick ducks out of the way, ball 1.
Dennis McSween was a member of that team that almost beat Japan. Valleyfield's never won their first game at Williamsport, but in '64 against Japan, it was 0-0 to the bottom of the last inning, and McSween walked in the winning run. They came that close.
Aaron Melnick looks at ball 2. 5,000 plus fans here in Roland Boyer Park in Valleyfield, Quebec, supporting their Little League baseball team. Valleyfield on the precipice of a 5-0 victory. The swing on to second base. Mark Leduc bobbles on to first in time to retire the side. Valleyfield, the 1992 Canadian Little League champions. Jeremy Lefebvre, 11 strikeouts, 3-hit shutout, an outstanding performance. Marc-Andre Majeur, a 2-run shot to break the goose egg. And the fans here in the city of Valleyfield, Quebec, couldn't be happier for their young 12-year-olds. Lefebvre is the story here. He has led Valleyfield to the Little League World Series. They're on their way to represent Canada. Valleyfield defeats Glace Bay by a final score of 5-0.
If your family loves the taste of ripe, juicy fruit, make a little magic with McCain Fruit Punch. McCain makes frozen punch from real concentrated fruit juice, so you can really taste the fruit. Great with grapes. Outstanding with orange. McCain Punch, frozen and now ready to drink. You can taste the quality because you can taste the fruit.
Why settle for average protection against razor irritation when Edge gives you the best? Edge Gel. Ultimate closeness, ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
Every summer, kids across this country live the dream. Best Western Hotels and American Express are investing in tomorrow's dreams today by supporting Go to Bat for Little League Baseball Canada.
Domino's Pizza may very well be the best tasting pizza in the whole world. Experience the taste, delivered in 30 minutes or less. Guaranteed.
Catch the Nissan Grand Prix of Road America from Elkhart Lake in Wisconsin, Saturday, 8 Eastern on Real TV, TSN.
And now it's time for the TSN Turning Point, brought to you by Sony. The turning point in this game came in the bottom of the third inning. A runner on for Marc-Andre Majeur at the plate. He turns on this pitch. It is gone. 230 feet, a two-run shot. That made it 2-0 for Valleyfield. They held on to win it by a final score of 5-0. A cash donation will be made to the Coaching Association of Canada for training and development of coaches in amateur sport on behalf of TSN and Sony. Picture perfect every time, all the time. Sony Trinitron. And as you can well imagine, the celebrations here in Valleyfield continue. Over 5,000 very excited fans applauding a terrific performance by their Little Leaguers. It was Valleyfield over the defending Little League champion Glace Bay by a score of 5-0. Valleyfield now heads south to Williamsport, Pennsylvania for the Little League World Series.
The most daring riders carve the most demanding turns from the world's exotic locations. TSN has the high-speed thrills and spills of the Motorcycle Grand Prix World Championship. We've got highlights of the German Grand Prix from Hockenheim, Germany. Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern, the German Motorcycle Grand Prix, right here on Real TV, TSN. Will there be a repeat in the East and the West? The Jays wrap up an important weekend series with the Twins at the Metrodome. Sunday, 2 Eastern, Blue Jays baseball on Real TV, TSN.
In making an artistic statement, one's personal aroma shouldn't do the talking. So I use Right Guard Sport, the stick with maximum protection. A true artiste should be known for inspiration, not perspiration odor. Right Guard Sport. Anything less would be uncivilized.
Las Vegas. 4 cameras capturing hundreds and hundreds of eternal vows. And only the Duracell camera was left snapping at the end of the day. You can't top the Copper Top.
Imagine yourself in the driver's seat. The adrenaline mounts moments before the start. Don't miss the Players Limited Cup. Experience the excitement. ASA stock cars will battle for a share of the $500,000 series prize money. Sunday, it's the Players Limited 500 from Race City Speedway at Calgary. 11:30 Eastern on Real TV, TSN.
Celebrations continue here in Valley Field, and rightfully so. They were 5-0 winners over Glace Bay. Lefebvre with an outstanding performance, much to the glee